Good morning, friends. Ash here, WAT News, with news and election updates. It's February the 3rd, 2021. And before I get started, I just wanted to say I've been laying back yesterday, and the energy was really intense. I got knocked for a loop with that energy, and I think a lot of it has to do with the full moon and then Mercury retrograde, which comes in and it always knocks me out a little bit, Mercury retrograde. So yesterday I laid back and I watched. I lurked. I was lurking around the internet, watching different people, trying to figure out what they say, what's all the angles of the situation, right? What are some people saying? Even people who I think are misinforming me, I will watch them because I want to see what they say and how they say it. And I try to pick apart the little things about them. And I remember one thing that was always on the boards where they said no outside comms with anybody. And I've seen bunches of people over the time come out and say, yeah, man, I've talked to these people and they're inside the inner circle. And I saw that happen again with some of these people. So I'm not going to name names, but I don't trust certain people out there. I think they're disinformation agents, and that's what I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to just cover the stories that I see and give you my take on it, and that's all I can do, right, as a person. Use my intuition, use my gut, use my logical thinking to figure out what's really going on here and what is going down, Arizona's Maricopa County Board of Supervisors rejects Arizona Senate subpoena demands, now face contempt charges. Joe Hoft. So as you can see, Maricopa still doesn't want to turn over the machines. They don't want to turn over the documents, the ballots. They don't want to turn over certain things. They're not giving a date and time when that's going to be done. The Arizona Senate's subpoena Arizona Maricopa County Board of Supervisors decided to reject the Arizona Senate subpoena to provide a date for turning over machines and documents for a Senate audit of the county's results. The Senate is drafting a resolution now regarding contempt charges. So now you got a problem, right? Because now you're going to be brought up on contempt because you haven't, these people have not cooperated with the process. They have not done what they're supposed to do. They are not honoring a subpoena that's from the Senate of the state that they are part of, and now they have an issue, right? So we'll see how this report comes out, right? Arizona Mirror reports the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors did not comply with the Arizona Senate's request to set a date for turning over materials that Republican lawmakers subpoenaed for a proposed audit of the 2020 general election. And that could land him in jail for contempt if one of the Senate Republicans who issued the subpoenas has his way. So that's that. By the way, I'm watching Sundial still. It took off like a racehorse right out the gate. It closed yesterday down a little at $1.04, but still up from where I was talking about it at. Now it's at $1.29, up 25% and 25 cents, 26 cents. So people are playing into these still. You saw the guy from GameStop took some massive losses, right? He was up as much as $50 million at one point, this one guy, Wall Street Bets, and he held on like he said, and he rode that thing all the way down the ladder, man. He lost massive amounts of money, but he's still up. But wow, what a trip that must have been. Newsmax, prosecution of Comey reportedly unlikely after Durham probe. I just can't figure out Durham. I mean, this guy's been out there for a long time investigating, and we got really nothing to show for it so far. Kleinsmith was given probation for what he did. That was a huge crime what he did. You altered a federal document knowingly and changed it, which caused the person to become investigated, Carter Page, who never should have been investigated, who was an asset of the CIA at the time, or at least working with them. So with that, we'll see how we'll actually see if Comey does end up going down. I think there will be charges. We'll see. You can't predict. You don't know what Durham's doing, right? You don't know how many cases he has. You don't know how many indictments he has. You don't know how many people are in each indictment. So it's a lot there. As you're seeing in Italy, Super Mario Draghi tapped to lead apolitical unity government, save Italian economy. With the G20 eager to ensure a stable hand, Tyler Durden, Zero Hedge. G20 eager to ensure a stable hand is at the steering wheel of Italy's chaotic economy during a critical year for Italian economic development. Italy is hosting the rotating G20 presidency. Janet Yellen had a call with Italy's economics minister just a couple of days ago. Italian President Sergio Mattarella has just confirmed that former ECB chief Mario Draghi, who earned the nickname Super Mario for his infamous "whatever it takes to save the euro" speech given nearly 9 years ago, will be tapped to form a new Italian government, although it was not immediately clear if he will have enough political support. Italian bond yields tumbled, and the 10-year BTP bond spread tightened. So not looking good. That's not the guy you want in there. Have to see how it plays out with everything with Stefano Serafini also, and the Arturo Delia case, the Leonardo Spa, and all of that, going down in Italy also at the same time. We'll have to see how that plays out in the background. If that's a real, does Delia, where is Delia, first of all? Is he in the United States? Is he alive? Is the information valid that he has? What is that information? And, all that, right? Because it seems that what they're saying is he's the key to showing what was done with the hack and how it was carried out, right? So I'll have to see how all that thing with Maria Zack plays out. Pentagon purges defense board members in effort to oust Trump nominees. So they're trying to remove everybody. Biden's administration with all these presidential orders and all this stuff, right? He's trying to quickly, turn back everything Trump did and put in the New World Order even quicker, right? So you could see it. It's right there in your face. White House reporters say Biden team wanted questions in advance. I mean, this woman, I've been watching some of the press conferences. She's completely inept. She has no idea what she's doing. Every question that they ask of her, she doesn't have an answer for. She has to circle back with the information. She's not being briefed by anybody, it seems like. And if you're not being briefed by anybody, then you don't have any policy. There's no clear policy initiative here. There's no, this person is supposed to be briefed by the administration every day so they know, so she can go out there and tell you what their policy is, right? What they're doing and defending that policy, like McEnany had to do with the rabid press, right? All of a sudden you're seeing a difference. All of a sudden it's kid gloves for this woman, right? She's not treated in the same way as McEnany was. Why not? Why are the questions changing? Why are they so easy, right? Why is Biden still not done a normal press conference like Trump was doing almost every other day, when he would come out and talk, and he would stay out there? And he would talk to hostile reporters who were screaming at him, who were cutting him off, right, if you remember, rudely cutting him off. But all of a sudden, when she's in there, it's easy. It's easy peasy now, right? Seeing the difference. Check out the gold and silver. Gold turning negative, and silver's up 42 cents. Yesterday took a big hit back down after the big day it had. So you could see there was some institutional pressure that came back in and said, oh, wait a minute, no. Let's drive this back down a little bit. You're getting a little bit out of your league here, silver, right? And as you can see, due to increased volume, there's a 3 to 5 day delay. There's no silver on here. You can't buy any silver. Let's see if I can buy a 10-ounce bar. I didn't see any yesterday. Let's see if you can buy a 10-ounce bar. I don't think so. Alert me. Pre-sale, not there yet. Alert me, nothing. Alert me, nothing. Nothing. Maybe this. There's one. Here we go. You can get the 2020 Great Britain 10-ounce bar, $3.65. So you can pick up a couple things, but there ain't much. As you can see, there ain't much. And I bet you anything, if we look to see if you can buy even a heavier bar, like a 100-ounce bar, they have none. Because that's what the big players buy, and there ain't going to be none. Pre-sale. Oh, wait. Pre-sale. All pre-saled out. See, you can't get it. It's very hard. Well, there is one. There is one. You could still get it. So I've seen the market where you can't get any. These are all pre-sales, so you can't get them yet. Out of stock. So yeah, there's not a ton of silver around. Let's just put it that way. Is there a little bit? Yeah, you can get some. Maybe some 21 ounce. You can get like the 1 ounce dollars, right? Get them in a pack of 20. Those are good to get to stack up, because you can use them in a crisis, right? If I got a 1 ounce silver coin, yeah, that's a good way to just give somebody if the shit goes down, This was coming out of ITN. ITN files Freedom of Information Act request with U.S. State Department for records for employee at Center of Italy Gate accusations. This morning, ITN filed a FOIA request with the U.S. State Department for information regarding an employee at the Center of Italy Gate. An employee by the name of Stefano Serafini is accused of helping facilitate vote manipulation in the November 3 U.S. presidential election. Serafini, along with others, is accused of remotely switching votes from President Trump to Joe Biden on Election Day. ITN has requested the start date of Serafini's employment, his end date, and whether he is currently collecting a pension from the U.S. government for his work at the department. Maria Zak and our organization, Nations in Action, a government accountability group, is spearheading efforts to expose the details of their operation. So we covered this already. We looked in the congressional record. I showed you that his name does appear there. We're trying to confirm if it's the same Stefano Serafini that we're talking about here, and I wouldn't see how there could be two Stefano Serafinis. It could be possible, but the odds of it are unlikely. The discipline trained. So the problem is this person was a State Department person, and he's listed as having graduated from the National Defense University in 2017 with a concentration in cybersecurity leadership. The discipline trains graduates in advanced cybersecurity functions such as risk analysis, security incident management, continuity of operations, and disaster recovery. ITN has not been able to confirm whether those two individuals are the same person, nor have we been able to confirm the current employment status of an employee by the name Stefano Serafini with the State Department. So that's going to be the big issue. Is this the same person? I'm assuming it is. Was Nix involved from England? And is the general involved, right? Who's over there also, who's alleged to have been involved. So we'll have to see how all these documents, if they ever come out into the open. It's going to be interesting to see if they do. So I was just looking to see if there was any other basic news. Not much today. The entire proceeding is a legal nullity. Trump attorney Bruce Castor discusses upcoming sham impeachment trial by Democrats. So they said there was a video in here. Let's see if we could watch it. Was there a video? I guess not. I thought there was. Sorry, my computer's been freezing up on me. Here's the full audio. All right, let's listen to it. Some of it.
I guess start from kind of how this came about and how you ended up here. What can you tell me about how you ended up on the president's team?
Well, it's actually kind of a amusing story if it wasn't such a short time frame. I was contacted over the weekend that ended on Sunday, January 17th, and the question was, would I be interested in being considered? And when I said that I would, after checking with my law partner, I got a call back that Chief of Staff Meadows had talked me over with the president, given me the okay. So I thought I had the job as of Sunday the 17th. Turned out that wasn't true. So I was beginning to prepare for the case and get the retention paperwork and everything all squared away. And like everyone else, I saw in the media that President Trump had hired a team out of South Carolina on the recommendation of Senator Graham. So I contacted the people that had called me and said, does that mean I'm not on the team anymore? And they said, yeah, well, the president, chose somebody else. So I said, okay. So I didn't give it another thought. And then on Saturday, just a couple of days ago, the same fellows called and said, are you still interested? And I said, well, what happened? And they said there was a parting of the ways between the South Carolina people and the Trump people. So they now are looking, and you were already vetted once, and are you still interested? And I said, sure. And that's how the odyssey began.
And so you mentioned a tight timeline. When you got in and when you had to file, what that look like?
Just a real quick aside, why would you let Lindsey Graham, excuse me, suggest anybody after the way he turned on you? I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't take anything Lindsey Graham told me with any kind of confidence.
Well, I began working on the case Sunday, the 31st, for a deadline at noon on February 2nd, so today. And I had to file the answer to the allegations against the president. So my law partner, Mike Vanderveen, helped me, and another lawyer that was hired by the president, David Schoen, helped me, and I put it together, and I spent the better part of 48 hours writing it and editing it, re-editing it, until it was just right, and filed it just on time today.
I guess explain the gist of the argument.
Well, the article of impeachment charges all sorts of things in one fell swoop, and the gist of our answer is that the Senate doesn't have jurisdiction over a private citizen in an impeachment, because the Constitution says that the only remedy for impeaching a person is removal from office. And if that's the only remedy, and President Trump no longer holds office, then the entire proceeding is a legal nullity, because it can't happen. It'd be almost the equivalent of the president having died. They can't remove him from office because he simply is unable to be removed because he's not there. And then there are various other arguments that address the manner in which the House acted, and then some of the merits of the accusations concerning incitement to insurrection being contrary to law, and essentially the rush to judgment and the lack of due process. And these are really great concepts, and the president has a wonderful opportunity to defend himself here, and I'm delighted to be part of that team that's doing it. Not only because I think it's my patriotic duty when I'm asked, but because I think the country really needs to see what's going on.
All right, so I'll stop it there. I'll leave the links in the video, but that's interesting because he wasn't apparently on the team at first when he thought he was, and then the two attorneys, I believe, or more, that had been suggested by Lindsey Graham, who's somebody I wouldn't trust with, giving $100 to hold for me. Yeah, why would you let him suggest those? So hopefully Trump made a smart move by releasing those lawyers who may not have done the right by him in this process. That's my guess. Also, just real quick, after weeks of delays, the Detroit TCF Center turns over security camera footage of 3:30 a.m. Biden ballot dump. So they've been trying to get these documents, the Gateway Pundit, for like weeks and weeks now. And they've been being installed, and they finally got them. So we might get some more evidence if there was a possible dump of ballots and some of that footage, and we'll be able to see more of it. We had seen some other footage released that apparently allegedly showed like certain things being dropped off right at that area in the middle of the night, and others. So we'll see how that all plays out. So I won't go too long. Just wanted to say we'll have a bunch of interesting stories here, but I think the main thing we're waiting on is this trial, and is it going to be a nullity, right? Is it just what the lawyer said for Trump, that you can't impeach somebody who's already out of office, right? He's a private citizen now, so that seems like that's going to be one of the arguments, and it's a fairly compelling one. So we'll have to see how it plays out. We'll see if they get a judge that's fair and not a compromised judge, like it seems like there's so many of. So with that, friends, I hope you're well. I hope you're staying in your center, some strong energies. Make sure you're eating well, you're working out, stretching, doing that, keeping your routine, They got us locked up. I mean, I've been locked up so long, I don't even know I'm losing track of days. I'm just focusing on the things in front of me right now, like the trial, and trying to spread information and get the information out there and my take on it. And that's all I could do from my locality here, and try to listen to different voices and try to make sense of the situation, right? And sometimes you can't, because the situation you're trying to make sense of is chaotic on purpose, right? Maybe it's all a movie that's all generated for that reason, right? To make you feel like that the world is out of control and it's chaotic, but actually that doesn't mean you have to be, right? When you're in the middle of the shit, when it's going down, like when I was watching the World Trade Center fall down right in front of my eyes, right? And I'm 10 blocks away, and I got stuck right in the spot I was in. I couldn't move. I didn't let the shit overcome me. I came back to my senses at some point, and I said, all right, man, this is what's going down. Now you got to do what you got to do. You need to move out of this area right now because the smoke's coming at you, and right, it's time to move. And so you do what you got to do, and you adapt and you overcome and you survive, right? That's the Marine Corps motto. So I'll leave you with that, friends. Adapt, overcome, and survive. This is Ash, WAT News, signing off for now. I send you peace and love.